episode 8 of Trev's Hockey Show here on Trev TV. I'm the Trev. Y'all know that. If you're tuning in, if you're watching, that's too sweet. Anyways, obviously missing from this video is a hockey jersey. And the reason for that, if you really want a reason, is I intended to film this yesterday. That way my reactions were fresh, right off the top of my head. Not that that's changed, but there were just reasons why I couldn't film it last night. Mostly due to this heat. Edmonton here, we're experiencing like high 20, early 30 degree temperatures. Since I'm not anywhere near home right now, I'm actually closer to the Whitemud Drive. I know that doesn't help at all, but since I'm nowhere near home, it's kind of hard to grab a jersey and put it on, but at the same time, it's too hot for a jersey right now. And it is my lunch hour. I'm doing this while I'm at work. Although I'm not at work. I'm actually about a 15-minute walk away from work. But now I'm just rambling. This is my award prediction reviews, and I actually didn't do too bad. No, I did better than I made out that I would have, but it wasn't the best predictions on my end anyway. A hard case could be made for some of the guys who didn't win, but no one that won an award didn't deserve it. Like, everybody who was represented and everybody who was picked for certain awards, they deserve it. And I'll get into that in a minute. First though, there's about a week worth of hockey stuff that has gone on that I think we should catch up on. So with me on this video is the NHL app. And we're going to start with the Trade Tracker, because there's been some good moves that have been made. Nothing ground shattering. I mean, Gretzky wasn't traded again, but still some good moves, mostly just prospect moves. Toronto, Edmonton made a minor deal. Tampa sent Andy Andreoff to LA for Peter Budaj. Arizona, Buffalo made some prospect moves. Arizona, San Jose made some prospect moves. Then you got Arizona trading Max Domi to Montreal for Alex Galchenyuk. Good trade for Arizona. Good trade for Galchenyuk. I think he needed the change of scenery. I think Montreal gave up on him and he gave up on Montreal. And it's a good trade for Arizona. Hopefully, even if it's only slightly, hopefully it makes them better. And then Max Domi re-signed with Montreal for 2 years. So, good trade there. Fast forward to the 19th. San Jose acquires Mike Hoffman, Cody Donaghy, and a 2020 5th-round pick from Ottawa for Mikhail Bodker, Julius Bergman, and a 2020 6th-round pick. So it wasn't even a matter of if Hoffman was getting traded, it was a matter of when. I can see where Ottawa made the good move, if you want to call it a good move by Ottawa, since they're basically swamped knee-deep in shit with the moves they've made lately to get him out of the conference, out of the division, but that didn't last long. San Jose turned that around, traded Hoffman to Florida with a 7th-round pick in 2018, so this year's draft, for San Jose's 2019 2nd-rounder, this year's 4th-rounder, and 5th-rounder. So not only was Hoffman traded, he was traded twice. And he was a Shark for all of a couple hours. So good for him, glad he managed to get some time in there. And that was it as far as trades was concerned. Not a bad couple days. It sets the stage for hopefully something good happen draft day, which is tomorrow, being today is the 21st. Or sets the stage for something big on free agency day, which is July 1st. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there, I guess. Then yesterday, June 20th, the Board of Governors met. Like they always do before the draft, before the awards show, just basically get a rundown on everything that's going on with them and all that fun stuff. Talk money, talk numbers, talk equipment changes, all that fun stuff. Salary cap's going up again. to 79.5 to 80 million, pending NHLPA approval, which I can't see why they wouldn't approve it. Possible vote in September for Seattle. And from what they're saying, as far as the expansion process for them is going, it's on track. Everything's good. It's just a matter of talking about their arena. And if they're going to pump 600 mil for an arena, plus another 650 mil for a team, they won't say no to Seattle. Now, I'm convinced, I'm more than confident they won't say no to Seattle. That's, you know, expands it more into the Pacific Northwest. It brings more money into the league, revenue, you know, all that fun stuff. So there's no reason they won't say no. Going back to the salary cap, though, let me run some numbers by you. And I actually did take notes. Something I haven't done in a long time as far as this channel is concerned. If you remember when the lockout ended, the 2005 lockout, they had a hard cap of $39 million that teams could spend on their players. $39 million, and it's gone up to $80 million. So in 12 years, it's gone up $41 million. Isn't this the same kind of thing that set poetry in motion? I get it, you know, there's lots of numbers and factors that I don't know about that, you know, makes the jump in the cap feasible, but still, that's a lot of number. In 03-04, when there was no cap, your two highest salary teams were Detroit, when they had a $77.8 million payroll, and the Rangers, who had a $76.5 million payroll for their players. No cap at the time. The lowest cap, when there was no ceiling, or when there was no floor to hit the salary cap, your lowest two teams were Nashville, when they spent $21.9 million on players, and Pittsburgh, when they spent $23.4 million on players. Of course, 03-04, there was only a 30-team league. So, whether that makes the hugest difference or not, I don't know. It's just fun facts with numbers. Now moving to the awards. And like I said, my predictions weren't all that bad. I wasn't anywhere near close to perfect on predicting, but hey, no one's perfect, right? But again, I'm already 1 for 1. I predicted the Cup and I predicted the Conn Smythe, so I'm 1 for 1. And there was only three awards given out. The Maurice Richard Award was given to Ovechkin, the Art Ross was given to McDavid, and the Jennings was given to Jonathan Quick. But let's start running down. The Ted Lindsay Award was given to Connor McDavid. I thought it was going to McKinnon, so I was wrong on that one. The Norris Trophy was given to Victor Hedman. I was wrong on that one. I thought it was going Subban. I honestly thought, at the beginning of the season, I was picking Hedman, but then he got injured, and I thought that derailed his momentum. But, hey, you know, whoever does the voting obviously saw that, you know, that really didn't derail him at all. And good on him, you know, it's about time he got one. The King Clancy Trophy went to the Sedins. I got that right. So that was, a nice parting gift for him. Like, hey, thanks for your service in the league. Have a couple trophies. The Calder Trophy was given to Matthew Barzal. I thought it was going to Brock Besser, so I was wrong on that one. The Lady Byng Trophy went to William Karlsson. I was wrong on that one. I thought it was going to Ryan O'Reilly. And a strong argument could be made for Karlsson. I mean, 12 penalty minutes, and he was in the, I think it was just short of 90 points. Just short or in the early 90 points for the season. So, good for him. Good for him. The Bill Masterton Award went to Brian Boyle. I was right on that one. The Frank J. Selke Trophy went to Anze Kopitar. I thought it was going to Bergeron. But this is Kopitar's second Selke Award. And, you know, he deserved it. He deserved it. Based on his analytical numbers. Jack Adams Award went to Gerard Gallant. No surprises. I was right on that one. The Mark Messier Leadership Award went to Derek Englund. No surprises. I was right on that one. Vezina Trophy went to Pekka Rinne. And, I mean, that could have went either way. Whether it went to Rinne, Vasilevsky, or Hellebuck. but I thought for sure they were giving it to Rene. I was right on that one. General Manager of the Year went to George McPhee. No surprises. I was right on that one. And the Hart Trophy, which was by far the biggest surprise in my mind, anyways, went to Taylor Hall, not Nathan McKinnon. I was wrong on that one. I could see how they would want to give it to Hall over McKinnon, but I mean, the voting was so close. It could have went to McKinnon and it's still been justified. But you know, it is justified in giving it to Hall too. I mean, he had one hell of a season. One hell of a season. And I mean, he did a lot to help New Jersey get back to the playoffs. So did McKinnon. But they didn't ask for my vote. So, I mean, it's not a bad thing. They gave it to Hall. I mean, it was probably only a matter of if, or not a matter of if, a matter of when he got a Hart Trophy or some kind of a recognition. But good on him. Good on him. You know, looks good on his resume. A lot of people are still pissed that McDavid wasn't nominated for the Hart. Well, he probably wouldn't have won it anyway. But that's my 2 cents on that. Worth noting that the NHL Foundation Award, which they didn't announce finalists for, was not handed out as per Wikipedia, everybody's trusty brain. That award is discontinued, and they just decided to pump all the votes and money that would normally go to the NHL Foundation winner into the Frank J. Selke Trophy. And that makes sense. No sense having two awards for the same thing. So that's why that wasn't awarded, and so that prediction doesn't necessarily count towards my totals. But if we're going for numbers, Trev is 7 for 7 in his predictions. So I broke out 500, you know, batting even, so it's all good. You know, I mean, like I said, it's not that I predicted bad or anything like that. It's just my predictions and the actual winners are two different things. And, you know, that's why it's only called a prediction show, not this is how Trev would have voted for a show. My biggest takeaway from the award show wasn't so much who won, how many votes they won by, anything like that. It focused a lot on tragedy. And it's not unjustifiably so. I mean, there was a lot of tragedy that was directly correlated with the NHL and with hockey in general. I mean, you had the Vegas shootings, 8 days, 10 days before Vegas's inaugural game, or even their home opener. You had the Parkland shootings in Florida, which is where Roberto Luongo lives, so that was naturally included in that. And then you had the Humboldt bus crash, which ended up taking the lives of 16, including the coach, who did end up posthumously, I think that's how you pronounce it, winning the Willie O'Ree Community Award, which is a new award, and it was just a hat. Just a hat. But, I mean, all three of those things combined, you know, definitely put a sobering mood on the whole show in general, not just one particular area or one particular set. It really dominated the whole show. But again, justifiably so. I mean, everything that happened was directly correlated with the NHL, with hockey, and it affected a lot of people. So good on them for at least acknowledging that. As soon as they brought out all the Humboldt guys, you know, you could feel the lump in your throat starting to well up. It definitely did hit the feelers. But yeah, it just goes to show, you know, stuff happens. Stuff can be very tragic, very bad when it happens. But as far as the healing is concerned, when it comes to hockey, you can always turn to that. And I mean, it won't take the pain away, but it will help you move on. And, you know, hockey has that effect of doing that. So that about wraps up episode 8 of Trev's Hockey Show. I'd like to thank you for tuning in, for watching. Your viewership always means so much to me. Hit like if you like the video, hit subscribe on the way out, tell a friend. You can find Trev TV on Facebook at Trev's TV. You can find Trev TV on Instagram at rockstartrev TV. 10 subs so far. We're still 40 off, and I'm still thinking of what to do when we hit the 50 mark. Not if, when. Next episode, is not going to be too far along as far as Trev's Hockey Show is concerned, because draft day is just around the corner. Actually, that's tomorrow. So I'll be going over the first round, mostly the picks, if there's any big trades any big trades made that impact the draft at all. I'm really curious to see what happens with the number 4 pick this year, as Ottawa still hasn't decided if they're going to give that one to Colorado or defer it to next year. And if they defer it to next year, I have a funny feeling Ottawa's going to suck for 2018-19. That could be a first overall pick for Colorado if the draft lottery goes in Ottawa's favor, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, that's already what I've got lined up for the next Trev Hockey Show episode. So in the meantime and in between time, keep on the lookout for more videos from Trev. Later.